Hello and welcome to another Terms blast, and this time it's Antanaclasis or Antanaclasis, however you want to pronounce it there. And it's another fun term. It's a form of pun, actually. It's a bit more precise than saying pun. There's nothing wrong with just using pun, but this is a particular type of pun. Pun is still a term. Anyway, I digress. We're here to talk about Antanaclasis. And the basic concept here is that you repeat a word or phrase and you exploit the multiple meanings of it. The multiple meanings you repeat. And what that means in real terms is this is a classic example. I've always used this, but I've pinched it mercilessly from legendary early 20th century comedian Groucho Marx. And time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. You might need to think about it a little bit. Again, you can see if you look at it, the same word or words, and you're getting two different meanings out of it. So obviously time flies like an arrow is a simile, the idea of time moving quickly and time flying, that's a figurative concept. But fruit flies, that's a noun phrase, it's a type of actual fly, isn't it, as well? So time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. But again, it's a sort of pun, isn't it? And you look at that exploiting of that double back to that one meaning. If you've been looking at my other video and you remember the Ian Birrell text from the anthology, this is a good example even if you're not referring to that. But there's an example there which is getting a seat in Parliament is a joke for people who can't get a seat on a bus. And when you compare, you can actually see how the same mechanism is at play here. So getting a seat in Parliament, seat on a bus. A parliamentary seat, you do have a seat in the Houses of Parliament, but a parliamentary seat actually refers to being an MP. And a seat on a bus is actually the literal seat that you sit on. I don't need to explain that one, but I did anyway. So that's another example. Antanaclasis is another example of it. And I think that's a really good example. And this is another one of those ones that seems like it's obscure, but actually once you start looking out there, you start to notice it appear much more frequently than you might think. So thank you for watching, and I should also say listening. Subscribe, like, notifications, etc., etc. And keep terms blasting. Thank you very much.